Welcome to Mellowdy Day 18. Another favorite stitch today. This is the pattern. We start to knit at row 307 and I have added the transition from contrast color to main color. I've also added the 3 out of 3 and the slip stitch, which we have seen before, but it's just there for your convenience. At the end you can see how this should look in your knitting, and it looks really nice. Happy knitting! The transition from your contrast color to your main color with the line to the right. I have 3 stitches on my needle with the main color stitches under there, and I knit 2 together. Now I'm going to make a jogless stripe, so I'm going to lift the main color stitch onto the needle and knit it together with the contrast color. I'm going to change color by grabbing my main color from underneath, knit 1 and make 1 by lifting up the strand between the stitches on the needle and knit it, twist it. In English it looks like this. You knit 2 stitches together in your contrast color, and then you are going to do a jogless stripe. You lift the stitch in the main color up on the needle and knit it together with your contrast color stitch. Now you are going to change color by grabbing your main color yarn from underneath, knit 1, and now you are going to increase 1 stitch by lifting up the strand in between the stitches. Put it on your needle and knit it, twist it. The transition from contrast color to main color for the following rows is worked like this. First, you knit 2 together in your contrast color. Then you knit 1. You grab your main color yarn from underneath, knit 1, and now you are going to do the Elizabeth Zimmerman increase by lifting up the stitch under the stitch, pull it up on your needle and knit it from back to front. The transition from contrast color to main color for the following rows in English looks as follows. Knit 2 together, knit 1, grab your main color yarn from underneath, knit 1 and make an Elizabeth Zimmerman increase by lifting up the stitch under the stitch on your needle and knit it from back to front. For this stitch, you go with your right hand needle into the next 3 stitches on the left hand needle. You pull your yarn through, don't take them off, instead make a yarn over and go into the 3 stitches again to knit the 3 together. Then you take them off. This is 3 out of 3. One more time in English style. You go into the next 3 stitches on your needle to knit them together, but you don't take them off. Instead, you make a yarn over and you go into those 3 stitches again and knit them together again. Then you take them off. This is 3 out of 3. We are going to slip the stitch with the yarn in back. So I'm going to go into the next stitch on my left hand needle as if I'm going to purl, and I slip it off the needle, and I don't do anything with my working yarn, that just stays in the back as a float. One more time, I'm going in as if to purl, leave the working yarn as is. In English it looks like this. You don't use your working yarn, you just slip the next stitch as if to purl from the left to the right hand needle, and then you can continue working your row. Once more, don't use your working yarn, just slip the next stitch as if to purl. And this is what it should look like in your knitting. Look at these nice columns with the 3 out of 3 and the slipped stitches. I love this in knitting. Don't forget your lifeline, and I will be back tomorrow with another pattern.